The member for Corangamite has the call.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Minister for School Education, Early Childhood and Youth. Will the Minister outline to the House why it is important for all states and territories to sign up to the National Plan for School Improvement?
The Minister for School Education, Early Childhood and Youth has the call.
Thank you, Speaker, and I thank the member for his question. And the answer is that it's important that every single student in our nation is able to get the resources applied in their school to their needs. And that's why state premiers and chief ministers need to sign on to the National Plan for School Improvement. Now, the fact is that we're willing to invest almost $10 billion in additional Commonwealth money to support making sure that kids get better support in schools. Now, the Premier of New South Wales understands that. The Premier of South Australia understands that. At the school level, I think people get it. We've got principals in Victoria who understand it, and I saw an article in the Colac Herald, the members' electorate. Here we have a primary principal saying, and here it is on the front page, that it would mean we would be able to implement literacy and numeracy support programs. A secondary principal saying it would provide the best possible education experience for every student. And then if we look at Queensland, I think they get it on the ground in Queensland as well. Here's the Kenmore State High School Parents and Citizens Association. This is a school in the electorate of Ryan, a school, Speaker, that would see their per-student public funding grow between 2013 and 2019 at approximately 40%. At 40%. And that's why in the letter the PNC says the current system is failing too many children, and this important education reform will provide resources where they are needed most. So it's actually time for those opposite to face up to these facts. The fact is that under a National Plan for School Improvement, their schools would see more resources going to help those students in need. Now, the Kenmore High School PNC Association meets on the third Monday evening of each month. Assuming that ministers and shadow ministers are not banned from going to a school in Queensland, I call on the PNC to consider suspending standing orders, bring in the member for Sturt so he can explain why he wants to sack 1 in 7 hard-working teachers, bring in the Leader of the Opposition to explain why he thinks providing resources to government schools is an injustice. I mean, you could even bring in the member for Bowman. He can come across the city from the other side and he can hold up his I Give a Gonski poster, couldn't he? I mean, that's what it's come to, Speaker. That's what it's come to. All of these resources that are there to assist the schools in your electorate, some of you supporting it, and at the same time others of you pretending that it won't make a difference at all. It's time for state premiers to put the interests of their students first and sign up to a National Plan for School Improvement. Better schools for all Australians.
Member for Sturt.